Hello, Southeast Asia. My name is Ruth Todd. I've been with Nu Skin for just about 6 years, a little more than that. And boy, are we excited for today. I want you to know that the very first place I traveled as an employee for Nu Skin was to your convention in Singapore. And you made me feel so welcome. And I knew I had made the right choice to come work with Nu Skin. So it's like coming home again. So happy to be with you today.
All right, so let's not keep our audience waiting. I will pass the time over to you, Ruth.
Oh, thank you, Natalie. Southeast Asia, as we said, I am so excited to be part of your live event. Now, of course, we're sad we can't be there in person with you today, but I am really grateful for technology and the opportunity to join you virtually. And we all look forward to the next time we get to visit Southeast Asia and really be with you. So hopefully that's not too far away. We love your beautiful area of the world. It's spectacular there in Southeast Asia. Now, I am feeling pretty lucky today because I am joined by amazing people. You know who they are. They are our founders. So please help me welcome our Nu Skin founders, Steve Lund, Sandy Tillotson, and Blake Roney. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello, Southeast Asia.
So nice to be with you.
I wish I could see all of them.
I know. They're in such a gorgeous part of the world. Let's start. Our Southeast Asia family wants to get some insight from you, our founders, on the very beginning days. Let's go back to 1984, the year Nu Skin was founded. Can you tell me a little bit more about how it all started and some of the early days of establishing this great company that is now all over the world? Sandy, let's start with you.
As a young mother of two small children and losing an opportunity and another network marketing opportunity, I was searching for what to do next, and it seemed like a good idea would be to do my own network marketing company and bring in people that were partners in that opportunity. And at the time, my girlfriend Nedra had a brother, Blake, and he had just got his degree in finance from BYU, and she invited him to be president of Nu Skin. And that's kind of where it all began back in 1984. We were in a condo in Provo, Utah.
Blake, pick up the story from
there.
Pick up the story from there, Blake, and tell us from that small condo in Provo, what happened next?
Well, luckily we were so young and so dumb that we didn't realize that we couldn't build something of importance. We actually believed that we could make the world a better place with the products by having all of the good and none of the bad in them, having them be life-improving products. We believed that we could make the world a better place and improve people's lives through the opportunity, the way that the opportunity was designed. And it's designed so that you only succeed by helping others succeed. And we just began doing that one person at a time. And somehow, if we'd been wiser, we would have realized that that wouldn't work. But it worked because we were so dumb.
What I love about the beginning too, Ruth, is that really we did it through demonstrating the product. Many of you have seen the picture of Blake applying, the facial lift system on one half of the face and discussing the benefits of it. I mean, we've demonstrated our product differences since the very beginning. So our opportunity has been based on a solid set of products that are actually, many of them are still available today.
Steve, pick up the story from there. You joined a little bit later, but really are still one of the founders here. What is it from your perspective that made this company just catch a gear and catch fire and spread all across the globe?
Well, my job in 1984 was basically to turn the lights on in the morning and sweep. But over time, I got more and more engaged. I was a young lawyer. Blake and I graduated from college at the same time. Sandy's much wiser than us. She graduated like weeks before we did, I think. But but you know what? One of the interesting things about the good old days, as we call them, was that we had this amazing focus group that would help us to make good decisions. Blake's question was always, is this a product that I would want to use? And if it wasn't, then we wouldn't sell that product. Is this a brochure that I understand, or this speaks to me? And if not, then we wouldn't use that brochure. So we would always, you know, the 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 8 of us as we accumulated and so forth, we're always asking the question as we try to anticipate what the market would need. You know, first of all, is this something that appeals to me? And so that ended up working out pretty well. And we continue to take that approach to our products. If it's not something we want to use, then we don't want Nu Skin to sell it.
Well, that turned out to be a pretty powerful question. Is it something I would use? And you must have taken that same philosophy as you went from country to country. Tell everybody in Southeast Asia, how did you come to make the decision to move there and grow your business there?
Yes, tell them, Steve.
You know, it was really the magic of our network, wasn't it? That you know, we started here in the little town of Provo, Utah, and quickly expanded across North America. And our product line and our business opportunity had particular appeal to Asians here in the United States. And our very successful Asian community here, of course, had friends and family and business contacts across Pacifica and and throughout Asia, and so began urging us to figure out how to translate our opportunity into these foreign places. And so very early on in the company, as we were still growing the company here and refining our processes here, we already had eyes on Asia as our future.
Frankly, we were as busy as we could be trying to get government approvals and things in place and keep up with the distributor force who have contacts all over and work so hard and accomplish miracles. And it was really a hard job for us just to be ready to try to keep up with them.
From the very beginning, we named the company Nu Skin International. So we did have a dream of going international, and that was in our vision, and it was really quite a ridiculous idea at the time if we really had thought about it. But you know, dreams don't have necessarily a conscience. They just move forward, and it became a reality.
And so that was kind of a fun story. We were sitting around in the living room of that little apartment, and I was filling out the incorporation papers to legally form the company. And it got to the place of company name. And we were just calling it Nu Skin at that point in time. And so I said, okay, formally, you know, what's our name? And people started throwing, so I don't know, what do you mean? I said, you know, like Nu Skin International. And that was just so hilarious to us because we're sitting in this little condominium in Provo, Utah, Nu Skin International, and then Blake said, no, Nu Skin Intergalactic, but we decided to back down to Nu Skin International. So,
and yet the power of your products and the power of the people that sell your product has really built this company all around the world. You know, one of my favorite stories about the early days is about the spoon. Blake, tell me about the spoon. Sandy, pick it up after Blake.
Well, it's a good story only because it helps you see that life got much easier than it was in the beginnings. You tend to look back and think, well, it was easier then. It wasn't. We would do little meetings in our condos or homes and tell people about the product and convince them that it was something spectacular, worth trying, all the good and none the bad and all those things. And so they're very interested to try it, but we didn't have any in bottles yet. We just had big giant jars full of samples that had been sent to us. And so they had to bring their own little container, and then we would give them one spoonful. We couldn't afford really to give them more than one because then we would run out. And the most popular container ended up being a Tic Tac container. So their product smelled a little bit like mint, I think, when they got home. But we would just give them one spoonful of product. But even with that one spoonful of product, people would go home and find out, I love this. I love how this feels and how this works. And I not only do I want to buy more, I would love to share it with other people. So it became a folklore. that's actually true. But it just demonstrates that it was much easier now than it was then. We have everything that you need. We have success stories that you can follow. We have examples that you can imitate, and life got easier.
Sandy, what are your memories of the spoon and spooning things in little jars and such, just so they could have, a sample of this great product?
Well, I remember driving up. I remember driving up to a container supply store in Salt Lake City and buying jars and buying, bottles and bringing them to our area where we prepared the product, which was spooning out from these big 5-gallon industrial containers, our glorious product, into individual jars and actually writing the labels of them. And rejuvenating cream on the first 10 were probably misspelled because I didn't know how to spell rejuvenating. So, we have really humble beginnings. And what that goes to prove is that it really was the products. It was what was inside that jar, the product that was inside that jar, that was giving us the success that we were sharing.
It's really an inspiring story how you started so small and now are this global brand. And it's incredible that it's happened over the last 36 years. When you were sitting there, could you, even when you're giving it the name International, did you actually ever picture it in your mind becoming what it is today? Sandy, let's start with you on that one.
Well, what I love about this whole thing is that, you saw yourself growing, and did I picture it being like this? Exactly, no. But the dream was to become and empower other people to do the same thing that we were doing. And so now I can look into the face of a new distributor from Southeast Asia and say, this opportunity is better than it was when we started it. And you have every much the same opportunity to build like we did. Remember, 35 years of building has created this. So the opportunity for them is so huge because of that, because we've proved that to be true.
I really love that idea of the opportunity being even bigger and better today than it was when you started 36 years ago. That's something to really stop and think about, because that's very powerful.
It's got to be. Because we didn't have computers. What else didn't we have?
Well, all the technology where they can, have online sales. We never knew anything that was online back then.
No, we didn't have a computer. We had a calculator and an answering machine.
We did not have cell phones. That's how old Sandy is.
Blake, as long as we have
That's
you,
right.
Tell me, what was your vision? As you were saying, New Skin International, did you think to today, could you picture that at all in your mind?
Well, yeah, we thought it would get very large. We didn't know what that meant. We didn't translate that to the amount of work that was going to be required, and that we didn't foresee how amazing the distributor force would be, and their ability to help other people. And so we didn't know what we meant, but we for some reason thought it would become very large. We just didn't imagine that it would equate to what we're seeing today.
It's pretty exciting. Steve, what do you think the secret sauce is that's helped us grow and become the global brand that we are today?
Genius management back in time. It was mostly just... And of course, that's only half true. The real truth is, I always love what Blake was saying even then and continues to say, and that is that there's no real genius at New Skin, but there is a collective genius about this as we gather together the best thinking and the best motivations of a world-class employee force and a truly world-class, best-of-class distributor force. And as we continue to try to push forward to make a difference in the world, to make a positive influence in the world, amazing things continue to happen. So I think it's that. I think it's that we are a network of well-intentioned, brilliant people who are trying to do the right thing in the world.
Now,
I will add to
go
that, Ruth, that it's been a team all along. You can imagine if you could choose a certain number of successful people in the world that you could join together with and try to progress and succeed at something. But we have an amazing team of some of the most gifted people in the world that have worked together and helped us become a family. We've worked together, and the distributor force have worked together, and we've helped each other like a family might help each other. And so miracles have occurred that couldn't have occurred any other way. And so it's always been an amazing opportunity to be part of a family that's moving forward and making the world a better place.
You know, it's easy to talk about the then and then where we are now, but what that does is skip over hardship, adversity. And we all know that when you're building something, especially like a global company, there is hardship, there is adversity that comes along with starting your business or pursuing your dreams or your ideas or your visions. Everybody can talk about what barriers they faced, difficulties, setbacks that they experienced when they were all starting out. So we've got a room full of people in Southeast Asia who are waiting for your advice. So what advice do you have for people that really feel like this is hard? We are facing big challenges on the road to success. Blake, you start.
Good things are hard. But when you're with a group of people who are strengthening each other and who are doing positive